Check 1 2. Check 1 2. How do I sound? How I'm sounding? Check 1 2. How we sound in the building? What's up, Stephen X? Oh, it's time to get busy, man. I sound good. It's time to get busy, man. You know, it's a shame that I got to do this, man. It's a shame I got to do this, Black Girls Read. Do you know, let me scoot over a little bit. Do you know that people have been emailing me and messaging me saying that I owe RIZZA Islam an apology? Moi? Hey, family, in the song Exposing the Frauds, don't I say I ain't been wrong yet? Not only that, RIZZA called me out by the way of Corey Holcomb. Up, there go that name again. RIZZA sends a note to Corey Holcomb, and Corey Holcomb reads it before 7,000 viewers. You understand what I'm saying? And then he's one of those channels that get over 50,000 views. Now, I'm supposed to not to say anything. See, that's the problem. When Taharkabey responds, I look like I'm the bad guy. You understand what I'm saying? Do y'all understand that I'm responding? Family, if you are a Moorish World TV citizen, meaning that you've been rocking with me for at least 6 months, and you have given me the benefit of the doubt of the research, and you have researched the research and what I produce. Family, can you tell me one time that I said RIZZA Islam, something about that case, about the fraud case? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody quote me? Can anybody give me a link? Can anybody say anything? See, somebody gave RIZZA Islam some wrong information and he's repeating it. This is what I'm talking about, these people that claim to be so conscious. How can you be conscious when you ain't even researched what somebody told you? Obviously, somebody told you that I said something about you. I'm asking anybody to show me what I said about RIZZA Islam, most importantly about this fraud case. I'm waiting. Because RIZZA jumped out the window. That's right. I know Malcolm Flex is looking. I know Ben X is looking. I know the whole circle is looking. And I'm glad you're looking, because conscious is not how many books you can read. Conscious is how articulate you can sound. Conscious is not how many big words you can pronounce. Conscious is being aware what comes out your mouth and the origin of it. Now, if you conscious, I need you to show me where I said something about you. You want me to say something about you, and I will tonight. And I will tonight. All of your little fans, all your little people, you know what? Even when they said that you took the goodies from a sister from the Nation of Islam, I never said anything in the left for you. Even when I played and the sister came on and I played the recording from the Minister Farrakhan, I never said anything. Even when they said you took the cookies, I never said nothing. In fact, I was telling everybody, let's wait to hear from RIZZA. RIZZA, we ain't heard from you yet. What we do notice is that after you got accused of taking the cookies, every time we see you, you with a sister now. Man, we see you. Man, you called my name, brother. You called my name, brother. You called my name. Every time I mentioned your name, I said, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Every single time I mentioned your name, even with you being accused of taking the cookies, I've never said your name. But you're going to send a message to a comedian. All of y'all are actors to me. All of y'all are actors to me. See, listen. All of y'all are actors to me. I know y'all know how to read scripts. I know y'all know how to articulate and have a photographic memory and spit stuff back that you know nothing about in order to gravitate the people's attention and grab their emotions. I know y'all all actors. You want me to tell you how I really feel? All of y'all are actors. All of y'all. And this is no different. See, there is no acting what I'm doing. See, what you see right here is raw. What you see here is raw energy. That's what you see right here. That's all you see is raw energy. But I'm telling you, I've never came at you sideways. But okay. But just for clarity, you know what I'm saying? Just for clarity, it's time now for me to let you know where you went wrong. Just for clarity, okay? We just gonna do it for clarity. We're gonna do it for fun. So in order to set the stage, since y'all are actors, we're gonna set the stage. In order to set the stage, the first thing that I got to do, you understand what I'm saying? The first thing that I got to do, I got to talk about what was said by Corey. You know what I'm saying? So let's deal with that first. Let it go.
They was turning against me. First of all, he said Channel 7. I guess that's out here.
Damn.
Barbershop conversations. Who else? D.L. Hughley posted my court case in his IG story 2 years ago when I called him out for pushing the poison. So D.L. Hughley put his court case up. Who else? He said Young Pharaoh. I remember me and Young Pharaoh was at it. Let me tell y'all something. I'm telling y'all, that's my man. Y'all was saying a lot of shit about RIZZA Islam. Wrong. Case got dropped, all that shit. Is that Michelle X?
Michi X.
Saint in the Center. Taharkabey.
Taharkabey.
Taharkabey. Taharkabey.
Taharkabey. Taharkabey. And all the other low lives. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Everybody who name I mentioned, I don't want no smoke with you, but I'm just saying, y'all went up against that man, and I know you don't know him. Because if you know him, ain't no way in the world you would be going with the system against that man, because that.
It's time to expose the frauds. It's time for us to go hard. It's time to expose the frauds. It's time for us to go hard. It's time to expose the frauds. It's time for us to go hard. It's time to expose the frauds. It's time for us to go hard. It's time to expose the frauds. It's time for us to go hard. RIZZA! The Moorish World TV. Come on, it's time to go. Ain't nobody gonna deceive me. Deceive who? Deceive you. Never on my watch. Time to cook, pull out the pot, turn up the heat. Let's make it hot. Come on. Be tripping on them frauds. When you're rolling with the guard. Huh? Crips, Sonny, Boxing, Apple X, and Sean. Come on. Jasmine and the Queen got Sean from the Shy. What up, Sean? Ishmael Bay and Sensuna. Where you been at, Sensuna? If they gripping on the fam, Moorish World TV, investigating all scams. Huh? Don't check my record and please don't front. Come on. Keep it a buck. I ain't been wrong once. From Sinetta and Polite and Taharkabey, Bey, Malik, Zulu, Shabazz, and Grandmaster J. Word to God to all the frauds. I brought them to the knee, but they ain't nothing. Watch how I do to Tariq Allah Nasheed. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I'm your host, Brother Taharkabey. Let's get on these frauds' neck and let's shut them down. Let's go. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. RIZZA! Let's go! Come on! Thumbs up. The show starts now. Everybody thumbs up, family. Man, come on, man. Y'all can do better than that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. They think it's a game. I see what it is. I be that more you gon' remember. I see what it is. They think it's a game. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. remember. Taharkabey front line till the law call my number. I be that
I see what it is.
remember.
I see now.
Remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. Taharkabey front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people talk European how to bathe. And look at that women buying European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Hell no, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation chasing pills, weed and syrup. Yeah, they love Lil Yachty, Tucci, Gucci, Kodak, Amigos, Ross, Lucid. But where the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess they say it's all black when it's under the cover. Now cypher, I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. Taharkabey front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. Taharkabey front line till the law call my number. All you super scholars holler, this era for the workers. You ain't building on the ground, then you worse than a twerker. You look and sound good, but that's only on the surface. Probably working for the people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every mo that rock a fast. He ain't my bro. Yeah, you know I ain't slow. I seen it all before. How they try to kill the prophet, it was all for dope. Huh? And some got it right now. Don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my bastards. Man, let's get started, man. Let's get started, man. Because this, I'm sorry. I had to cut the horns. I got to cut the horns because I got to get straight to it. I got to get straight to it. Family, has anybody came in yet and shown where I said something about RIZZA Islam in the left? Has anybody? Has anybody? Has anybody came in yet? Anybody? Anybody yet? I'm waiting. I'm waiting because for him to send this message to Corey Holcomb.
They was turning against me. First of all, he said
Anybody?
Channel 7. I guess that's out here.
He said the News 7, which is a European news outlet in California, turned against them. Go figure. That'll be just like me saying WJZ TV here in Baltimore turned against me. RIZZA Islam sends him a message and says that LA News, Channel 7 turned against him. They was on his side before? They was on his side before? The news media owned by NBC, they was on his side before. Because if you say that News 7 turned against them, the alternative was they were on your side before. Okay, we'll just leave that right there.
Damn.
Barbershop conversations. Who else? D.L. Hughley posted my court case in his IG story 2 years ago when I called him out for pushing the poison. So D.L. Hughley put his court case up. Who else? He said Young Pharaoh. I remember me and Young Pharaoh was at it. Let me tell y'all something. I'm telling y'all, that's my man. Y'all was saying a lot of shit about RIZZA Islam. Wrong. Case got dropped, all that shit. Is that Michelle X? Saint in the Center? Taharkabey?
This is the list supposedly that he gave to Corey Holcomb. And I got to say that it's more likely than not that he did give this list to Corey. He was just on Corey Holcomb's show not so long ago. So now, if I'm wrong, you know I apologize if I'm wrong. But now, I don't have no problem with it. But I need somebody to show me. I need somebody to show me where I came sideways with RIZZA Islam. The closest thing that you can say is I said that we need to question everybody that rocks with Tariq and don't question Tariq if they appear to be so conscious. That includes RIZZA Islam. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. That if we know that Tariq Nasheed is a swindler, if we know that Tariq Nasheed has swindled or didn't deliver what he said he was going to deliver, if we know that, then it only makes sense to question anybody who doesn't question him that continue to ride with him. That just makes sense. Ain't no friends when it comes to truth. The only friend of truth is truth. Isn't that what we said we all want to be about? Or we only want to be about the truth that support our endeavor, our grift, our mission. This. He called me out.
Taharkabey.
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 Taharkabey. Taharkabey. And all the other low lives.
And all the other low
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Everybody who name I mentioned, I don't want no smoke with you, but I'm just saying.
I ain't giving you
y'all
no
went
smoke.
up against that man, and I know you don't.
And I never went up against him. And I'm not giving you no smoke. You're the messenger. But now, let's get straight into it. First of all, let me tell you something about me, family. Let me tell you something about me. I have nothing against any Europeans, quote unquote white people. I have nothing against them. Let me tell you why I don't have anything against them. Because Europeans that have been the oppressor for the last 2,000 and some years, they have been doing the same thing over and over. They showed us who they are. They continue to show us who they be. So what is the point of me being upset about an oppressor who have shown his hand over 1,000 times? I'm more upset with us that we ain't catch on to the hand that he have shown to us, and we didn't capitalize and move forward and getting this liberation at hand. So don't confuse when I start talking about Europeans and us. Nope, I have no problem with the devil being the devil. I have no problem with God being a God. I have no problem with a fool being a fool, but I'm going to call a spade a spade. You understand what I'm saying? With that being said, family, we know without a doubt or contradiction that Riza Islam was raised under this system. This system is Scientology, without a doubt or contradiction. I'm not lying. I'm not making up nothing. I don't care who gets mad. He was raised under a system of a European that they want to try to smooth over and say that, oh, it doesn't matter where you get the knowledge from, long as you get the knowledge. No, if we are the mothers and fathers of the universe, the fathers of the cream of the planet Earth, father civilization, God of the universe, why are we going to this European? No, I'm not going for it. No, not at all. You can talk about Kentucky Fried Chicken hats. You can talk about somebody selling crazy stuff. You can say we ain't Moors. You can say all that, but without a doubt or contradiction, Prophet Noble Drew Ali was born in the state of North Carolina, 1886. Look like me, look like you, talk like me, experience what we experience. No whatsoever. So let's start right there real quick. The first thing that jumps out to me when somebody comes up and say anything to me about what I teach, what I stand for, and what I represent, the first thing I ask myself, and I ask them also, especially Moors, and I'm not just doing this because it's Riza Islam or anybody else. The first thing I ask Moors, let me ask you something, family. Does this make sense? When somebody come at me sideways, you understand what I'm saying? When somebody come at me sideways, that's a Moorish American. The first thing I ask, who is your Grand Sheikh? Because if you tell me who your Grand Sheikh, I know all the characters within the Moorish paradigm, either from afar or I've personally met them. Let me tell you something. If I know who your Grand Sheikh is, I can have a grasp of your understanding and your foundation of how you're moving forward. So it's the same thing with anything else. The first thing I need to know about you is your foundation from a spiritual perspective. And according to all written literature concerning your history, you have been groomed by Scientology Europeans. Now, hey, if that's your path and you had no choice when you were younger, fine. But that doesn't mean anything to me because I still know that you got the building blocks of a European concept of some sort of spirituality. I don't. I don't. I philosophize Moorish science from an indigenous African perspective, and I align it with the Dogon. I align it with the Hebrews. I align it with the Cometians. I align it with the indigenous in America. I align the philosophy with my people, taught by my people. So we're going to start right there. So when we deal with the foundation, of one's coming for our people, first we want to ask, we're going to get with critical thinking now. First we want to ask, how do you get in contact with our people if you came through the door of Scientology, which is predominantly a European construct for something that they have designed and founded for their earthly salvation? How do you come through our door? Well, we know how you came through the door. You came through the door with the connection of Tony Muhammad. Tony Muhammad was the gateway for you to have access to our people by the way of NOI. This is not a lie. This is not made up. This is the fact. Without Tony Muhammad, there would be no access to our people by you, because our people would not accept Scientology in the raw form. They would not accept that in the raw form. And so the gateway becomes the NOI. I'm not saying right, wrong, and indifference. Salvation is personal. Choose whatever you want to choose. But don't come for me. Choose whatever you want to choose. Salvation is personal, but don't come for me. I'm not impressed about your big words. I'm not impressed about your $1,000 suits. I'm not impressed at all. I'm not impressed with the rhetoric about theory. I'm not impressed about the rhetoric about the falsehood mixed with truth. I'm not impressed with the common things going on today that you can articulate in such a smooth manner. I'm not impressed. You got to take that to the low-minded people. You got to take that to the simple-minded people. But the critical thinking people over here, most importantly myself, I'm not impressed. Let me tell you something. The gateway was provided by Tony Muhammad, whether you like it or not. It ain't my business. But when you call me out, I'm going to give people the history on it. Family, let me tell you something, family. You've been groomed since a child, my friend. You've been groomed since a child, my friend. At the age of 13, Riza became a paid staff at WLC and trained at Hubbard College as a course supervisor at 13. You know what that means? That means at 13 you was brilliant in absorbing information and regurgitating it in such a way that have other people impressed. That's what that means. That means that you are a genius as it relates to absorbing information and spitting it back. Not a genius in critical thinking as it relates to your people in the struggle, because one thing that you do when you accept one truth, you drop the other lie. If you've been following a lie, you drop one and you follow the truth. There is not 2 and 5 different truths. Anyway, this is all my opinion. Because you called my name. With that being said, through the years he has trained and moved in higher positions at WLC. He is now international ambassador of World Literacy Crusade. A student at El Camino College in Compton, California, an artist, dancer, singer. Do you know why you start talking about the powers that be and you start talking about these Europeans, the white man this, the white man that? These are the ones that groomed you. They groomed you. They didn't groom me. They didn't groom me. They didn't groom me. Nobody groomed me. I always been rebellious. I always been rebellious. I even questioned everything Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught for the first 3 years of my introduction. I questioned everything. I thought Noble Drew Ali was a crazy little man and out of his mind. I questioned every lesson and this is why I can stand on it, and I'm ready to debate anybody on it. Because most people that learn the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali on the internet, they don't have a clue about what that's about. They have a clue. And I debate anybody on the philosophy of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the history of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and everything else about it. Because I doubted that this man was official. And I researched and I searched everything. That's why when people make these crazy claims, I say, come on and debate me about it. Show me what you got and let me show you what I got. Because I don't follow fools, and I don't want nobody following me without the confidence that I'm right and exact. And we only follow until we are able to lead. And I'm leading today. This is the critical thinking mission right here. It says, as a youth minister for Reverend Freddie Johnson, when he travels away from his home church, True Faith Christian Center, works as the director of museum, say it with me now, works as the director of museum promotion for the Citizens Commission on Human Rights International. Museum. Out of all things that Tariq could have resurrected, why did he pick a museum? What type of insight does he have about a nonprofit when it comes to a museum? I didn't write this. This is the bio that they submit. I'm going to ask you again. Out of all the things that Tariq Nasheed could have brought to the table, he brings a museum. And his main man works as the director, this is 2014, director of museum promotion for the Citizen Commission on Human Rights International, and is a member born in the Nation of Islam. Born in the Nation of Islam. We know that's not true. Family, I know plenty FOIs. Riza don't come off as no FOI. He might be. He might not. But these are the opinions of Taharkabey. Now, let's get straight to it. First of all, before one start talking about how legitimate someone is, how charges was dismissed and all of that, remember, a lot of this stuff is connected. I keep telling y'all, he sent Corey Holcomb a message. Corey Holcomb reported on the Tariq Nasheed Taharkabey situation. You understand what I'm saying? Sinetta also is in that circle. Vlad is in that circle. This is a whole network. Star is in that circle. This is a whole network. Do you know how the Europeans is able to use propaganda to convince people that Jordan is better than a shoe that costs the same and use the same material to get made? You know how they're able to do that? They're able to do that with marketing and promotion propaganda. They're able to do that because they got a network. NBC is just not NBC that you see on your TV. They got it in every city. The internet and these small little blocks of groups, they are the same thing as these mega demonstrations. They the same thing as these mega network, but it's just microcosmically given to the people. And so you got Vlad, you got Star, you got Sinetta, you got man. And let me say this, family. I'm going to officially apologize to Michi X. You know what I'm saying? We had a disagreement in the past, but I've been watching Michi X lately, and she ain't taking no shorts. I forget what happened. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean I want to talk to Michi X. That don't mean we got to rub shoulders. We got to shake hands and be friends. I'm just saying that I've been watching her lately, and I'm starting to see what I didn't see before. And it's just Michi X just got one of them type of personalities. You know what I'm saying? She just got one of them type of personalities. I got one of them type of personalities that might clash every now and then. And she may move some ways that I wouldn't move, and I would move some ways she didn't move. But I do officially apologize to her for anything that may have offended her in the past. I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it because I'm watching how these people are being so disrespectful. These people are being so disrespectful. They coming for the sister, and the sister was minding her own business, and they coming for the sister. So you know what I mean? I see something different today. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely apologize, and I have no problem with that. You know what I mean? I have no problem with that. But with that being said, I don't want to make this about that. So anybody talk to Michi, y'all type it in her chat. Let her know that I sent the public apology. That doesn't mean that we're going to skip through in the tulips. I'm just saying that I respect what she's doing. I respect what she's been doing lately 1,000%. You know what I mean? She ain't taking no shorts. But with that being said, let me get back to the point that I'm making, family. Listen, first of all, let's get to the first point. First of all, family, he's been groomed since a child. He's been groomed since a child. You understand what I'm saying? Family, this is no different, right? This is no different than what happens in the hood. When a little child is groomed because they walk out their house and they see D-boys, they see gangbangers, they see fighting in their houses. It's no different. It was no different. It's no different. So now what I want you to understand, family, how in the world do you come to say or portray yourself or act as if you're a voice for the people, right? But you haven't done any critical thinking about even the people that's around you. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let me tell you something about me. I don't cut no cards. I serve the deck as it is. You understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you something about me, family. Most of the people I know, let me play this.
I speak to religious leaders. I speak to Congress, to presidents. I met with Obama in 2008.
Hold up. He speaks with religious leaders. He speaks with Congress. He spoke with Obama in 2000. I don't know nobody that got clearance like that. At that age or my age, I don't know nobody like that. I don't know nobody like that. These are the same people that is a part of the construct. These are the same puppets. These are the same puppets that come looking like us. Why would somebody need to say that to co-sign themselves, to rubber stamp themselves? Because that's what simple-minded people respect that. Critical thinkers, we find it to be suspect. I'm going to say it again.
I speak to religious leaders. I speak to Congress, to presidents. I met with Obama in 2008. You know, this is what I...
Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's something fishy going on. I'm just saying I smell the sea. I'm saying I smell the sea. I don't know nobody that got that type of security clearance. That's in the muck and the mud of the struggle. I don't know nobody. I don't know nobody that's on the grassroots. I don't know nobody in Park Heights. I don't know nobody in Annapolis, Maryland. I don't know nobody in Woodlawn or the Junction, East Baltimore. I don't know nobody with that type of a clearance. I don't know nobody. How does that happen? How does that happen? And how do you get ushered into the faces of millions and millions of people? We know YouTube control the algorithms. We know good and well that YouTube control the algorithms. Whether they want to get you in front of a million people twerking or they want to get you in front of a million people working the hearts and minds of the people. We know YouTube and social media control the algorithms. We already know this. We know they play games, acting like they sanction you, acting like they cutting you, and then you come back. We know this. So we need to stop acting like we don't smell the sea. Now, let's go into, you want to talk about the case? You want to talk about the case? I've never talked about the case. Let me show you something, family. Again, I put out the challenge. And I will apologize if you come back with something that I may have missed. All right, I'm going to put out the challenge, right? Listen to me. These are the videos right here. These are the videos that I made about Riza Islam, or with his name in the title. Go to one of them and find me double-crossing them. There you go. You got the titles. See, when you send a message to Corey Holcomb and you got my name in it, I'm going to respond because of the size of the audience. And then I'm going to challenge you to show me what you're talking about. I'm going to challenge you to show me what you're talking about. And if you can't show me, then what is the man thing to do? What is the manly thing to do? There's all the videos right there. There you go. There you go right there. See, that's what I'm saying. Once you put what you do is you call my name and you make me and you give me content. You give me content because I'm going to respond. Stop calling my name. Stop giving me content because that's all you're doing. You're giving me content. Because if you call my name and you got a big enough audience, I'm going to respond. I'm going to respond because I need the clout. I need the clout so I can teach more people about frauds, so I can teach more people how to critically think, so I can teach more people to question everything. I need the clout. That's right. I'm shadow bland. I need the clout. You follow me? I need the clout. Call my name and you got a big enough audience, I'm going to respond. Last time I'm going to say it. I need the clout. So I can teach people to critical think. I can teach people how to examine and question everything. I need people to see this fraud on this internet for what it is. Somebody says it's a stretch to assume Riza have a clearance when those who say that had no substantial proof of it. Clearance of what, family? Clearance of what, Norman? Clearance of what? I don't know what that means. Maybe you can help us understand. Anything that I say, I'm going to take it straight out their mouth. Anything I say, I'm going to take it straight out their mouth. This is not for anybody, family. This is not a talking head broadcast. You understand what I'm saying? In other words, I just don't turn on the camera and talk. Everything that I talk, I'm going to show and prove. Somebody said government clearance. I didn't say that. Listen, hold up. Listen, hold up. 1 second now. Maybe you came in late. If you did, it's okay. It's okay if you came in late. I'm going to share something with you. Okay, if you came in late, I'm going to share it with you. Listen to this. Give me 1 second. I just played it.
I speak to religious leaders. I speak to Congress, to presidents. I met with Obama in 2008.
He met with Obama in 2008. That's implied that he have a clearance. No one can just meet with the president of the United States. See, this is what I'm talking about. You just can't meet with the president of the United States without clearance. So you telling me that anybody in the United States can meet with the president without top security or some type of security clearance? That's what you telling me? Speak on. Where you at? You was typing a second ago. Speak on. Where you at? Norman Henderson? Norman, come on. Come on. So Kanye, as crazy as he is, yes, he has clearance. No one can just, what is wrong with these people? It doesn't matter how crazy you are. You can't get next to the president of the United States without some sort of security clearance. What is wrong with y'all? Come on, man. We ain't this crazy, are we? Are we really this crazy? We can't be this crazy. Man, that's it, man. Come on, man. We can't be this crazy, man. We can't be. Man, we're going to be dominated for the next 500 years if we acting this crazy. You're going to have some type of security clearance or somebody going to try to clear you. Man, I'm going to leave that alone, man. Let me move forward, family. Let me move forward. First of all, let me show you something, family. What's another thing that's funny to me, and I don't care what anybody say. If you don't like what I'm saying today, family, you're going to have to turn off because I was called out. Another thing. Now, let's be clear. I have no horse in a race, all right? I have no horse in a race. You know what I'm saying? But because my name was called, man, somebody block Norman Henderson. Please. Let me set my phone up. I'm blocking stupidity from now on. I mean, you're not going to distract my show. I mean, I'm blocking stupidity from here on out. This is just stupid. I'm calling stupid. I mean, I'm blocking stupidity. Family, hold on 1 second. Let me get this up. I'm blocking stupidity. I ain't playing with stupidity. That's it. This is something that you can just look up. I mean, you can look up yourself. You ain't got to argue with me in no chat. Just go look it up. Just go look it up yourself, man. Ain't nobody playing with that dumb stuff, man. We ain't that stupid. That's just goofy at this point. I'm arguing with a 4-year-old about to meet with the president. You don't need clearance. Man, go ahead with that, man. I'm done with that, man. It's just frustrating to argue with a 4-year-old sometimes. Just go to bed. And you ain't getting no cookies. Just go to bed and you ain't getting no cookies. Maybe tomorrow. But today, you ain't eating no cookies. You're going to bed without the daggone cookies. Go to bed. And that's it. Now, let's talk about this. Ron Hubbard wrote this in 1951. He said, we could bring people in off the streets and have them walk down the hall and stop in office 1, where a little sign says, glasses removed here. We wouldn't have any couches or anything cluttering the place up like that. And we could just walk them around the hall, and at each station, there would be another auditor, and he would just ask standard questions. The people coming in will walk all the way around, and then out on the street again. Of course, they would stop at the desk before they went out and write out a check for the equivalent amount of the medical treatment, which will come to $8,668,000 plus. There is some slight possibility that we may be at that stage. I don't want to over-evaluate anything. However, what you're reading here is the same allegations that Riza Islam, his mother, may she rest in power, as well as his sisters, was charged with. These are similar allegations. I mean, the allegations are similar to this. The only thing different is that the allegations were, do anybody even know about the case? Do anybody know about the case? The allegation is that they was providing some sort of quote-unquote medical treatment to people that didn't exist, and they wrote out it with ghostwriters. Those were the allegations. Do you understand? Those were most people are cheerleading and don't know the allegations. Most people are cheerleading and don't know the allegations. And to top it off, it was done within a Scientology construct. This wasn't done in a construct where it was independent of no, the allegations is it was done under a Scientology construct in one of the buildings. This ain't Black Power. This ain't Assalamu Alaikum. This ain't that. Let me show you something. Most time people get in trouble, whether it's in jail or whether it's in a community that about to turn on them, they quick to go black. Now, this was the similar allegation. Now, let's go into that. All right? Let's go into that real quick. We ain't going to stay too long. We're going to go in there real quick. First of all, let's deal with the first elephant in the room. The state's investigation not only resulted in felony charges for Islam and her children, but 3 African-American educators, stop right there, 2 high school principals, and the head coach of legendary Dominiquez High School football program. Now, hold up. Do y'all know that these people turned states? Did y'all know that? Do y'all know that they said they had a terabyte of information? Do anybody know what a terabyte is? They said they had a terabyte of evidence. This is what the state says. This is what they said. This is what they reported. I got the transcript. They say they had a terabyte of evidence. But now listen to this. No, you got to have clearance. Brother. Go look up if you need clearance to see the president. Secret services or somebody going to meet with you. You better believe that. Now, we ain't talking about no vetted clearance. Vetted clearance, mirrors. It's the same thing. Now, they said they had a terabyte of evidence. But now listen to this. 2 high school principals and the head coach of legendary Dominiquez High School football program. Now, the allegation is that the principals and the coaches was looking at people's medical records and seeing if they had supplemental medical insurance, whatever you call it, Medicare, that might be for old people. I don't know about all that stuff, but you know what I'm saying? Government benefit insurance. You understand? And when they would find out that the allegation is that they would forward these people or names even to that group. Damiquez. Thank you, Smoke Reloaded. You understand what I'm saying? So this is how, yeah, Medicaid. Thank you, Cryptonomics. Thanks. Medicaid. So this is how the Dominguez. Yeah, we gonna put a book together, family. All of us gonna put it. I want everybody to keep mind of all the books, all the words I butcher, man. And we gonna put a little pamphlet together. Taharka Butchered Words. Butchered Words for Dummies. Taharka Butchered Words. We gonna put a book together. We gonna help people get these words together. Anyway, listen to what I'm saying. So the allegation is that the coaches and the principals was providing the names of people who had some sort of government assistance as it relates to medical insurance. And they had ghostwriters, you know what I'm saying? They had ghostwriters to write up this treatment that didn't exist. That is the allegations, right? But now, so I want y'all to walk with me real quick. It says 2 high school principals and the head coach of legendary Damiquez, don't worry about it, high school football program also faced charges and lost their job. Now let's stop right there. If there was no credibility, to any of this story, how do the principals lose their jobs? Hey, family, I want you to count with me. I'm going to write down. Principals, coach, lose job. That's number 1. And allegedly, they turned state. All right? That's number 1. Now, let's go a step further. Since those charges was filed in 2015, the criminal case against Hanan Islam, her daughters Zakaya and Nimat, 42, and her son Riza, and the clinic employee Bayon Beverly Washington have moved galactically through Los Angeles, glacially, through Los Angeles Superior Court. Another defendant, George Edward Newby, 47, pled to a lesser charge. And the 2 educators, the third, did not face prosecution. Now, stop right there. They lose their job, allegedly turn states. Hold up, we ain't finished yet. At the hearing on September 17, Hannah and RIZZA argued they were not people identified as the defendants in the case because their names had been spelled in all caps. And the defense that Riza and his mother have put to the people is that their name was spelled in all caps. So they can't be prosecuted because that's not them. Do y'all know what they were pulling on the people? What were they trying to pull? Anybody remember? All caps. The straw man, the Moorish nonsense. Now, one thing you have to know, if you're innocent of something, there is no need to try to backdoor and say you can't prosecute me. There is no need to do that. You just roll with it. Now, however, what happened is they tried that allegedly. And Judge Pastor did not put up with it, right? It says, it was a familiar, bizarre argument from the conspiracy theory of the sovereign citizen movement. And Judge Pastor did not put up with it. Now, we know that I've been covering this for a long time. Most people that use these tactics feel as though without those tactics, they're going to be convicted or held accountable for something that they're accused of. Press 7 if you understand, if you're still with me. I'm not saying that he right or wrong or indifferent. I could care less. I don't have a horse in the race. I'm not a Scientologist. I don't care if he grifted them. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference to me. You call my name and I'm going to speak on it tonight. It says, today the preliminary hearing featuring testimony from state investigator was finally scheduled to occur after years of delay. And soon we will hear more from Augustine at the scene. Now, this is documentation of a step-by-step process that is going on. You understand what I'm saying? A step-by-step process of it's going on that the average person that listen to these commentators on social media, they don't even know the details behind the case of what's going on. And that's Corey Holcomb included. That's Corey Holcomb included. They don't even know the details. They don't even know the details. I could care less if it was dismissed or not. I never spoke on it. I never spoke on it, but since you want me to, now I will. Now, let's look at this. This is the allegations. The allegations are as said. These were people who had been hired after giving creative writing tests. Their job was to invent progress reports at $5 a page for a high school student who had been unwittingly bought into the scam. The two high school principals and the football coach recruited for the scam had access to medical records of students, so they knew which ones already qualified for Medi-Cal. Do you understand this? You understand this? They dismissed this. But I'm telling you, the coach is allegedly turning states. The principals turning states. They got a terabyte of evidence. They dismissed it. Let me read a little bit more. So a group of 50 students supplied by a corrupt principal would be, for example, shown an anti-drug film for an hour. It was then the job of the ghostwriters to invent lengthy progress reports for each of the students, pretending that they had actually been through a whole series of drug treatments and not just sitting around watching a video. In the states, if the states ever audited the program, the Islam would show the fraudulent progress reports written by the ghostwriters. That's what allegedly happened. If y'all don't know the case, you're gonna know it tonight. You're gonna know it tonight. Don't call my name. I'm a researcher. I'm a critical thinker. I could care less if it was dismissed. I never spoke on this, but remember, you spoke my name. You spoke my name. Don't come for me if I don't call you. Please, don't come for me if I don't call you. Don't come for me. If I don't call you, don't come for me. I ain't call you. Why you coming for me? Why you coming for me? I ain't called for you. I ain't called for nobody. All of these people that I do most of these videos on, they come for me. Because somebody said, oh, Taharka put your name in the thumbnail. Taharka put your face in the thumbnail. Go watch the video. Some of the videos, I support you. Some of the videos, I tell people just to let it go. Nah, but you gonna call my name? Okay. Let's talk about it. Now, let's look at this. RIZZA Islam was arrested for contempt. The court reconvened. Hannah and RIZZA appeared in court in handcuffs. They seemed to calm down a lot. Hannah wanted to represent herself, but refused to sign a waiver that's required because that would mean her admitting that she's the defendant. So her sovereign citizen argument has her in a corner. Her attorney told the court that he wanted to resign, but the court would not allow it. All defendants re-entered their not guilty pleas and were sentenced and taken off in handcuffs. Prosecution began its case and called Sam Richardson, special agent supervisor at the California Department of Justice. They were starting very methodology, explaining how Medi-Cal program works. This is how the charges came about. What I'm reading to you right now is the preliminary showing how the charges came about. All right? Now, hold on. I got more. Hannah was asked by the judge if she would obey the rules of the court and wish to exercise her right to be present at the preliminary trial. She said she refused to be seated where the defendants are required to be seated, as that would indicate her agreement with what she considered to be unlawful procedure. Her refusal was duly noted by the court, and she was escorted back into a holding cell. These are sovereign citizen Moorish, quote unquote, tactics. Like it or not, I know about it. I never demonstrated it, but I've fought against this crazy concept. You know what I'm saying? I fought against this crazy concept that they try to label as Moorish. Do what you want, but it's not Moorish. Do what you want. Has nothing to do with the Moorish Science Temple of America. Do what you want. And the reason why we know that these are connections to that pseudo internet Moorish stuff that is not even Moorish is, listen here.
Okay, when you hear black, no one is black, no one is black, no one is black, no one is black, but the term black is the general term that we as black people use to discuss all of us as one people, but black is a color-coded term.
Now see, this is how you know people have sponges type memories. This is how you know people have photographic memories when they hear stuff and can spit it back. Almost word for word. This is the same thing Polite do. This is the same thing Tariq Nasheed do. Tariq Nasheed can look at a news story one day and spit it back at the next day like he ain't said nothing wrong. He can listen to Claude Anderson and spit it back like he ain't said nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Black is a color-coded term, but black is a color-coded term. It is a legal term which is put in the United States documents, all of the law books, which references a dead individual. It references property.
And see, this is some of the stuff that I got to deal with. People come and ask me, "Oh, you don't like black people? Oh, you don't like black people?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" This is some of the goofy stuff that I have to deal with because people are taking this stuff and trying to make it half-witted Moorish, and it doesn't even make sense. Most people don't even understand the philosophy in which they then grabbed off the internet and recycling and regurgitating. And that, let me go.
It references a system that can put you inside of a law.
No, Tariq is not a good debater. He's not a good with information, but he's good with soaking up anything that can sound good and represent it. He can present it charismatically. He ain't debating nothing.
Where if you get pulled over by the police, where you're going through court systems and all these legal issues, you can be put into a modern form of slavery. Okay, there's a high science dealing with the term black, but the original term is Moorish, or even prior is Asiatique.
Asiatique. Come on, man. Asiatique. Come on, man. Stop it, Riza. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. Listen, I've been a proclaimed Moorish American for over 30 years. I ain't never heard no Asiatique. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. Everybody trying to sound stupid, super eloquent, super different. What is it, Riza?
Moorish, or even prior is Asiatique.
That's what I'm talking about. This is why I fight against this madness, man. This is Asiatique. All right, but like we know it's Asiatic, but it's Asiatique. This is why I fight against this mess. It's just ridiculous. I mean, somebody be coming up to my son because he got on the fan. They like, are you an Asiatic? Like, my son start looking at you like you crazy. Daddy! They say I'm an Asiatic. Can you get him away from me?
Asiatic. The planet's name was Asia.
Let me
The
stop
planet.
this guy,
Prior
man.
to all of the continents being broken.
This is what I'm talking about, family. This is what I'm talking about. Infinity said reminds me of a living color prison script. And that's what it is. They learn all of these things. I ain't call you, man. You're not getting in my show. You got to get in my show, man. I got to finish my show. Go ahead, man. No, let me finish. I'm focused. No, wait till I finish. That's my son. That's my son, man. Anybody remember Taji? Anybody remember Taji?
Thanks. Press 3 if you remember me.
Nobody remember you, man. Go ahead. Anyway. And that's another thing. You know, when people was attacking me, I kind of put my children to the back. I started posting my children now, you know, because I want people to see family. I want people to see how we move. But I kind of pushed my children to the back, man. They was attacking children, everybody. You know, they wasn't playing, boy. They was attacking children and everybody. So I kind of put my children to the back, and I stood to the front. You know what I'm saying? But they done chilled out now, so. You know what I mean? I'll let y'all talk to the little ones. You know what I mean? But with that being said, with that being said, premier melanated American. Yeah, we making up some new terms. With that being said, right? All of these, look at this. It says, Hannah has backed herself into a corner with the sovereign citizen argument. She told the judge that she is an executrix of a natural person. However, in order to represent herself, she had to sign the Faretta waiver in California. Google it. However, for Hannah to sign the required waiver, she would agree that she is Hannah Islam, which she would not do. She insists she is a natural person and not a U.S. citizen. These were the defenses that RIZZA, as well as his mother, was given. These were the defenses in the preliminary hearing. It's on the record. It's on the record. I'm not here to say the brother wrong, right, or anything. I'm just showing you what was on the record. Now, start here. RIZZA Islam spoke in a video from jail. Here it is. In this video, RIZZA stated that he was being held in jail for contempt of court. That was partially true. While RIZZA and his mother were each sentenced to 5 days in jail. Anybody remember when they was sentenced to jail? 5 days in jail. In 2019. They completed their sentence for contempt on October the 6th. Thereafter, RIZZA and his mother was being held on bail based upon the charges for which they were bound over for trial. So when RIZZA went live and said that he's being held in there for contempt as if he's bucking the white man's system, in fact, the other part was that they had bails that they was being held for, according to the step-by-step events, allegedly. You follow me? So this is what I'm saying. People don't do enough homework on this stuff to even have an intelligent conversation about it. You know what I mean? They don't do enough homework to have an intelligent conversation about it. I'm going down to the third paragraph. Judge Pastor turned his attention to Hannah Islam and said the evidence showed she had engaged in an extremely aggravated fraud scheme that involved educators and innocent high school students. Judge Pastor further stated that Hannah had played games with the court and engaged in nonsense. Here, he was clearly referring to Hannah's time-wasting and contemptuous sovereign citizen defense that had gotten her 5 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. He further characterized her action as sophisticated fraud in which she was ripping off taxpayers. Accordingly, he set her bail at $250,000 and revoked her release of her own recognizance. That's why she sat in jail, according to the step-by-step process. There is an additional $5,000 bail hold on Hannah, and so her total bail was $255,000. Judge Pastor set Riza Islam bail at $100,000 and revoked his release on his own recognizance. Once Riza was booked into Los Angeles County Jail, and a warrant from when he was a minor was discovered. The bail on that was $31,000, and this brings Riza bail to $131,000. Riza can present his case at arraignment and ask for bail reduction. His family. So while Riza was going live and telling people he was bucking the system with contempt, the other part of it is that he was being held in lieu of bail too. See, when you're dealing with a thorough researcher such as myself, and what I'm saying is, I'm only bringing up information that's publicly available. I'm not talking to nothing. I'm not giving my opinion to anything. I'm putting the research to the table, and you can make your own decision about what you think happened. I'm putting the and let me say this. I am open for a conversation with Riza Islam if he wants to have the conversation. And I do know that he can have a respectable conversation. I will not overtalk you. I will not yell. I will not scream. I will not get excited. And I definitely will never, ever disrespect you. I will only put the facts to the table. So that is an option also. That is an option also. That is an option also. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, family, with that being said, let me see how long we've been up in here. You know I'm on a time schedule from now on. Okay, we're going to wrap it up real quick. But let me ask you a question, family. Why is it
posting on Facebook about the White House and 9/11. They came, pulled up to the house, knocked on the door, flashed a magnificent badge. I said, "Why you have a pretty nice budget? Can we come in for a second?" I said, "No, I'll step outside." And then they flashed the badge, and we have a...
The FBI came to his house. Anybody ever notice that the FBI always talking to these people, but we never catch it on camera? Nobody never turn on their camera phone. They turn on their camera phone for everything. Listen to this. Let me show you something similar too. The museum is a similar thing.
Flashed a magnificent badge. I said, "Why you have a pretty nice budget? Can we come in for a second?" I said, "No, I'll step outside." And then they flashed the badge, and we have a few questions for you. She opens the file, big file, legal size. Opened it, had my DMV photo in it, had my last 3 or 4 posts on Facebook. She said, "Is this you? Did you?"
You notice that they always have these conversations with the people. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till somebody go live when the feds knock on the door. I'm going to tell you, if they knock on my door, I'm going live off the top. I'm telling you. Now watch this. So,
what's up, y'all? About an hour ago, I got a visit at my house. It was 2 black dudes knocking on my door, some plainclothes black dudes, and I thought it was like FedEx or Amazon or something. And I'm like, "Yeah, can I help you?" They were like, "It's the FBI." So I go downstairs. My mother's about to open the door for them. I said, no, don't let them in. I'll go outside.
I'm reading it. I said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "Why you have a pretty nice budget? Can we come in for a second?" I said, "No, I'll step outside." And then I said, "Why you have a pretty nice budget? Can we come in for a second?" I said, "No, I'll step outside." And then
I I said, no, don't let them in. I'll go outside.
Man, please just leave me alone, man. Please, let me tell you something, man. I've lived my life, family. I've overcome a lot. I live my life. I dedicate my life to waking up people. I dedicate my life to helping people critically think. This all I know. Because it took me to critically think to save myself. And I know it's going to take my people the skill of critically thinking to save themselves. So if you call my name and I know that I can use certain elements of what you've been doing and what you've been talking to help my people critically think, then I'm going to do it. And nothing is going to stop me. I believe in the universal creator being my protector and my God. So it is what it is. But just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
Flash the badge. I said, "Why you have a pretty nice budget? Can we come in for a second?" I said, "No, I don't. I'll step outside." And then they flash the badge, and we have a few.
Y'all catch it?
So I go outside door for him. I said, no, don't let them in. I'll go outside. So I go outside, and they're like, "We just want to question you about some of your views, a couple of comments you made."
For you. She opens the file, big file, legal size. Opened it, had my DMV photo in it, had my last 3 or 4 posts on Facebook. She said, "Is this you? Did you post this?" I'm reading it. I said, "Oh, yes, yeah, definitely." She said, "What did you mean by that?" "Well, we're just making sure that you're not connected to any terrorist organizations." Right. It's almost a decade. I said, "You know if I'm in a terrorist organization. You know."
People out here making threats against black folks. You got these racist groups pointing guns in the camera, threatening black folks, but they don't ever get no visits. So it's real funny stuff.
See what I'm saying, family? I'm just saying, leave me alone, man. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Leave me alone. I didn't come for nobody, fam. I didn't come for nobody, fam. You know what I'm saying? I could just show the receipts that you was being held on bail, bro. You went live and told the people that you being held for contempt. No, that you was. But the other part was you was being held on bail. Big O Ski. We got a request by Big O Ski family. We got a request. Yes, indeed. I got you, big bro. Thank you so much. But I'm just saying, man, the thing is that, you know, I didn't come for you. And whoever told you that, they set you up. You know what I mean? Go do your research. You know what I'm saying? This is the building owned by Scientology that they said the scam was working out of, allegedly. Going to these schools of the impoverished, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come for you. I'm minding my business. You know what I'm saying? Like without a doubt of contradiction, you know, it is what it is. But I ain't come for you. It's a lot of people I come for, but you wasn't one of them. So I don't understand how my name got in that. Family, coming up tomorrow, I got to let you know, coming up tomorrow, we got a good show tomorrow. Freemasons and Illuminati rituals. Family, we're going to go and look at some of the clues as to why Tariq Nasheed have not spoke out against Polite. He might do it tonight or tomorrow now, and I'm talking about it. But big is the Polite story. He hasn't said anything about it. Other networks that support this circle of weirdness haven't spoke out about it, and there's a reason why. And tomorrow, we will be touching on Freemasons and Illuminati rituals. And we'll be looking at zeroing in on Tariq Nasheed and the relationship with these alleged Illuminati rituals, as well as Brother Polite. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. It's going to be something to talk about. But with that being said, family, I want to say, man, listen. I just want to say, fam, just leave me alone, man. I mean, just leave me alone. That's all. Everybody just gotta leave me alone, man. If I don't come for you, like, leave me alone. Very rarely do I initiate a conversation about what people are involved in. Very rarely. But anyway, family, I want to thank y'all for joining me tonight. And I'm going to stop right there. There is more. There is more that I could share. But I'll stop right there. And I hope people will learn a valuable lesson. Just leave me alone.
Check 1, 2. Check.
Big O Ski!
Check 1, 2. Check.
What up, Big O Ski?
This the real deal.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Salute to the tribe!
I said the feds is watching, informing, plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing this fraud.
Come on!
I'm trolling like 50, they thought they catch me in Cali. Smack me up with some charges. If I was 25, I probably would've stuffed them up regardless. On the run from the feds, because that boy is a fed. If it was back in the day, I put a price on his head. You wanna swing on the guard, you little swindling frauds. With the feds on the block, the roof, and in the car. Nah, I'm a little smarter, I live to fight tomorrow. I refuse to let you leave me to slaughter, you little punk. I got children to raise, I got people to uplift.
Don't forget tomorrow!
Enslave my people in grip, and at the same
The
time,
Illuminati! What up, Deronda?
Witness, and they just changed your name, gave you a new identity, location, and fame. But we know who you are.
You can't hide no more, Marcus.
It's coming to light what you done did in the darkness. Been an agent for years. Yeah, back in 91, you infiltrated the rap game.
What up, Coco?
Your job is done.
I see you, Coco.
Is watching informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. The feds is watching informants plotting.
Man, I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight, family. We will be back tomorrow. That's right.
They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching. They say I'm trolling like watching.
Yeah.
I said the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I got the heart of Muhammad and the wisdom of Ali. I never say why me, instead I say why you. Didn't heed the warning, you know how I do. Destroy them devils, cause the devil's a punk. I'm the manifest of God, star crescent and unk. And use a Twitter revolutionary way to get hacked. I say I got smacked, sitting in front of your compact. I'm boots on the ground, 10 toes down out west. I could've called up my people and pulled up to your rest. In your gated community is your federal prison. Don't think that we don't know how you really living, we got you.
Finish him.
Watching informing, plotting to get me. I said the feds is watching informants plotting to get me.
Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in.